As the anniversary of George Floyd's murder approaches this week, the push for police reform continues in Washington and around the country. The Minneapolis police are being investigated by the Department of Justice. Dozens of local police departments are already making changes to conform with consent decrees reached with the DOJ. Martha Raddatz reports from Newark, New Jersey.
Newark community activist Damon Durden has spent much of the last decade working to improve his city's relationship between police and its black residents. When you say the police need to understand the community, what haven't they understood?
The historical racism that has taken place through policing.
But he thinks there has been progress, helped in part by a legal settlement. That 2016 consent decree allowed the federal government to mandate reforms for the Newark Police Department after a Department of Justice investigation concluded there was a pattern of unconstitutional stops, searches, arrests, and unreasonable force with a disparate impact on minorities. Newark Public Safety Director Brian O'Hara has been at the forefront of the department's reform efforts.
We have a community here with people that have been, demanding change in this city around policing literally for decades. It just gave the city the court backing and the mandate to get this stuff done. One
possible sign of progress: Newark police made it through 2020 with 0 shots fired by officers on duty. Is Newark a success story in terms of police reform?
We're not ready to, put a flag in the ground and do a victory lap, but I think we've done tremendous work in this city.
But racial disparities in Newark's policing persist, with black people still accounting for 84% of use of force incidents in the last year. How does that happen? After these reforms, after years and years?
I think in a lot of ways, police are dealing with the end result of a whole lot of social problems in the city and across the country, right? But it's not an excuse at all.
Wait, what does that mean, dealing with a whole lot of social problems across the country?
Concentration of social disadvantage, historical problems that have been building up for decades.
My experience shows something else, that, there's hypervigilance in our communities, and that, we're actually looked at differently than other communities.
O'Hara, who has worked with Durden over the years, agrees.
I think there's a difference between disparity that is based on those social problems versus disparity based on what a particular officer may be doing, which is something we have to look for.
Now a consent decree could be in store for Minneapolis, the DOJ announcing an investigation into its police department a day after former officer Derek Chauvin's conviction in the murder of George Floyd. That verdict, while welcomed, still leaves some Newark leaders wary of what comes next.
And what we saw in Minnesota is not something that happens all over the country. Police don't take the stand against other police officers. That's just not the culture of what's going on, and that has to change.
Thanks to Martha for that. On Tuesday night, a special Soul of the Nation will reflect on the one-year anniversary of George Floyd's murder. That airs at 10 p.m. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.